There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep.
So hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video we are spending in the craft room. I have some hauls to share with you. I have some fun craft ideas, some memory keeping, and how to keep it all organized. So if you are new here and you love these kinds of videos, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So every now and then I get a special request from a friend to create a wreath for them. And a good friend of mine was hoping to find a wreath for her front door that had to do with birds, and she couldn't come up with anything that she had seen. So she had asked me if I could just put a simple little wreath together for her. So I said, of course, I would love to do something like that. So I thought I would use that same concept that I did for my Wizard of Oz wreath that I made. I think I shared it a couple weeks ago here on the channel. I will put a link somewhere around here if you didn't see that video. So I went online and I looked for a little plaque of just some little birds all lined up. So I found this on Amazon, surprisingly, because I went out to the stores, you know, Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and I really didn't see anything that I liked. So I thought I would use this little plaque here in the wreath. The wreath I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off, and I think it was a $30 wreath, so I paid about $14.99 for it. So I also went online to see if I can find any little birds, and I found these really sweet little guys on Amazon. It came in a package of 6, and I thought they would be perfect to kind of, you know, tuck here and there throughout the branches. Now she also said she just wanted a little bit of lamb's ear, maybe a light colored flower here and there. And I was hoping to find some ribbon that had feathers on it or bird houses or something, found like nothing. So she said just a neutral ribbon would be fine with her. So I'm either going to use this little tan checked ribbon or this tan and white ribbon that I use for like everything around the house. So I am going to take some time, put this all together. I will share it with you when I am all done. So since I got my fancy overhead camera stand, I thought I would share with you guys a really quick tutorial on how to make your own bows. You're only going to need 3 things for this. You're going to need a really good pair of scissors. You want them to be nice and sharp. You're going to need ribbon of your choice. My favorite type of ribbon to make bows is a 2 to 2.5 inch wired ribbon. I like ribbon to be a nice weight. You can easily make bows out of like the Dollar Tree ribbon, even though it's a little bit more flimsy. The only difference is that they don't hold their shape as well as a nice weighted ribbon. The other thing you're going to need is some jute twine. You can also use some Chanel wires, and you can also use some floral wire. This is my favorite to use because it is very forgiving. You can have the length that you need, and you can also use this twine to tie your bow to your wreath or to whatever you're making. So to get started, we're going to keep the tail of the bow in mind. So we are going to cut a quick fishtail into this edge, and all you want to do is just fold your ribbon over, take your nice sharp scissors and cut a diagonal, and that is what's known as a fishtail. You also want to pre-cut a nice long piece of twine, so when you get done wrapping your bow, you can just grab this. So I can't even tell you how long to make it. I like to make it about 2 feet or so. That way I will have enough string to do whatever I need to do with it, to tie it to my wreath or whatever project that I'm working on. So you're just going to take this twine and set it aside. So now we are going to start our bow, and usually what I do is I take this end of the ribbon and I just kind of drop it on the floor so that it can easily unravel as I pull more ribbon from it. So we're just going to unwrap some ribbon, go to the end and decide how much of a tail you want. I usually like to do about 1.5 feet or so depending on my project. I am right-handed, so I am going to begin making my bow with my right hand. So you're going to take and make a loop. I guess this is probably about 3 inches, 3.5 inches, and you're going to be holding it in the middle. Then you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to twist and create another loop and hold it in the middle here. And at this point you want to be sure that your ribbon sides are even so you can adjust, because these first 2 loops are what you're going to build the rest of your bow off of. So once they're about the same size or so, just continue making your loops until you reach size that you want. I usually like to make my bows in either 6, 8, or 10 loops total. So that would be, you know, 3 on each side, 4 on each side, or 5 on each side. For this bow, I am going to do 5 on each side. So as I make my next loop, I want to twist, grab it in the middle, and fluff it out just a little bit. Then you're going to twist again in the middle and create your other loop, making sure that they're about the same size. So then at this point, you're just going to continue to create loops until you get as many as you want. At this point, I have my 5 loops on each side for 10 total, and I have it held really tightly in the middle there. So then you're going to take your piece of string, wrap it around the middle, and then you're going to tie it off as tightly as you can. So the way I like to do this is just to get it around there evenly, and then lay it out on a flat surface, holding it in place, and then tying it off really tightly. Sometimes I give it a little pinch in there just to bring it in together a little bit, and I always tie it in a knot. You're going to measure out the tail on the other side of your ribbon, fold it in half, and give that a cut to cut it free from your roll. You can always adjust the length of this if it's a little bit too long for your project, but you know, you can't add it. So try to make it a little bit longer than what you think you're going to need. To start fluffing it out, what I like to do is to bring my tails together and facing in the right direction, meaning that the design of the ribbon is facing the same way. And then you're going to take your ribbon, fluff each loop, and then you're going to kind of pull it in opposite directions like this. And then you're going to take the next ones and fluff and pull it in the opposite direction. And so on until you get the ribbon all fluffed out. And once you have it all fluffed up and twisted a little bit, you're done. Creating bows is super simple to do. It just takes a little bit of practice, and before too long you will have your own little system all all down pat and you can create as many bows as you like. I oftentimes will create a bow just like this, one larger and one a little bit smaller, and tie them together to make one really large bow, which I might be doing for the wreath that we're making today. But for now, this is what we're starting off with, and I think it looks great. So the one thing that I have found out about myself from working on projects over the years is I always start out with what I think is a solid idea and what I want. But as you can see, what I ended up with this wreath is not how I started out. I didn't end up using that bird sign that I had gotten on Amazon. It was what I was going to build a whole wreath around, but as you can see, I have added a few things that I had around the house. I did, however, use those sweet little birds that I also got on Amazon. I ended up putting 3 of them in here. I think they look so sweet. Now this little nest is left over from my spring decor. I just ended up using some twine to tie that into the wreath. And the flowers here were just ones that I had in my craft supply. So this wreath was put together for very little money, and I think that it is just beautiful. I think it's what she was looking for. She wanted something very neutral and very simple, and I think this is going to be perfect. Now, whenever I do make a wreath, I always use one of my old door hangers. This is one of those over-the-door wreath hangers that you can find in any craft store. I think it's like a great idea to hang your wreath form on there and build it while it's hanging on a door. This way you can really see if everything is balanced, and you can step back and really see what it would need, where it would need an extra flower or extra greenery. It just makes the whole process so much easier. Since we are up in the craft room, I wanted to give you guys a little scrapbook update. I have a little bit of a scrapbook haul to share with you guys, and I wanted to share with you the new project that I'm working on, which is called My Modern Story, and it's originated by Becky Higgins, and if you are familiar with her, you know that she has been part of this scrapbooking community, I want to say for like 20 years. I remember her so well from creating Keepsakes magazine days, and she is the one that created Project Life, which is a really popular scrapbooking system that so many people use. On BeckyHiggins.com, she has a workshop called My Modern Story, which is a scrapbooking series that includes prompts that allow you to add memories, stories from your life, and things that are, the most important to you. Through the Project Life app, you can create these pages online, have them printed through the app, and then add them to your memory book at home. It is a really simple way to tell some stories from your life to pass along to your kids or your grandkids as a wonderful keepsake of what was the most important things to you. So what I ended up ordering was this beautiful 10 by 10 album, which is the size of the printables pages if you go through her app to have everything printed out for you. I think this is a beautiful album. It has a little tag there on the side so you can title it, and I also ended up ordering 24 page protectors, so altogether that's almost like 50 prompts that I guess that we would use, and I think that is a really good amount. I know that I will not do more than that, and I think that it'll give like a pretty good idea on, how my husband and I feel about life and things that are important to us, and, all that information that I just want to be passed along to the kids. So I will leave a link to Becky's website down below for you. I really think this type of memory keeping is so important. I know I would have loved to have something like this from my parents, so I want to be sure to create this book for my kids. One of the best things about getting back into scrapbooking is that there are so many more resources now than there ever were before, and I've been having such a great time, you know, discovering these new websites and placing orders to get some projects going, you know, in my scrapbook. So one of the places that I really liked, I believe it was scrapbook.com. I'll leave links to it down below for you. The thing that I liked about them were that they had these kits that you can put together yourself. They had all the different pieces there with stickers and embellishments and papers, and you can pick and choose what you wanted from the collection, you know, just those pieces that you knew that you were going to use. So one of the kits that I put together for myself was this Farmhouse Summer Kit. I really fell in love with all the different papers. You know, paper to me is like the most important thing in any of my scrapbooking layouts, of course, other than the pictures, but I really get inspired by different papers and color combinations, and it just really helps me put some ideas together for pages. So I have some of these 6x6 paper pad. I have some, of course, the larger 12x12 papers. Aren't they just beautiful? I mean, look at that. I just love that. I would love to have like a wallpaper in a pattern like that. I think it's so beautiful. And I also have some die cuts that I picked out that go along with all the different beautiful colors, and I also have some little tags that I thought would be a great idea to help embellish the pages. I just think that this is such a beautiful kit, so bright, and it's going to be so much fun to put together. Now, the other kit that I put together for myself was, of course, a fall kit that I want to share with you. So I ended up buying a ton of stuff from this collection. You guys know me, you know that fall is my favorite time of year, and I have some very specific photos in mind for this kit. When Rebecca was graduating from high school, that October, early November, I took her out and took some really great pictures of her, and I have just been looking for the right supplies to use for a layout with all of those pictures, and I think I may have found it. Again, I just love all of the colors of the papers. I mean, look how beautiful that is. To me, there is nothing like fall colors. I just think that they are so beautiful, and they can be either, you know, feminine or masculine. It just depends on how you create the page around it. Now you guys will have to tell me in the comments section if you would like to see some scrapbook page creation videos. I have my new fancy overhead camera mount, and I would love to do some of these videos where I start with the pictures and the papers, and I take you guys along and create the scrapbook page. I would love to do these kinds of videos if you guys would really like to see them, so let me know down below what you think. So before I go today, I wanted to share with you my Americana Decorated Box. Now, just a couple weeks ago, I had shared with you the summer quarterly box that they sent me. Now, these additional add-on boxes come out seasonally. There's one for Halloween, for Christmas, for Easter, and then this Americana box, which just came the other day. And they were also nice enough to send me some add-on pieces that I can't wait to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack everything so that you can see it. This little box is just full of great stuff. I took everything out of the box so that you can get a better look at it. I hope that you can see it well enough. I am filming at night. You know, sometimes the colors get a little muted at night, but these are such beautiful, vibrant colors. I love navy blue. Navy blue is one of my favorite colors anyway, and this is such a true navy. And then it has like a little like burgundy red here, like on the dish and on these other pieces. So I'm going to go through everything to show you, but I just want to say I love that they have kept tiered trays in mind. So many of us decorate with them. It's such a great, easy way to decorate because, you know, it helps contain the clutter that can happen sometimes when you're decorating for the holiday. So a lot of these pieces will be perfect on a little tiered tray, which that's what I'll probably go ahead and do when I'm done showing them to you. But first off, let me just show you up front here. I have a couple signs. Now this one is the Stars and Stripes sign. It's like one of those stackable lock combos that you see a lot in decorating and craft stores and everything. What I like about this is that it's all like put together so you don't lose one piece of it. And I like too that they added this little like a mossy green color, which you wouldn't think would go really well with it, but I think with this color, at least for me, it's going to go so well in my, like my downstairs area, because I have a lot of greens down there. And this navy blue sign is probably, I don't know, one of my favorite pieces in this box because it's so simple. You can have something like this out almost all year round, and something like this would also look really good in the middle of a wreath or on your buffet table if you're going to have like a 4th of July picnic or a Memorial Day picnic. I think it would look great with that. I love when they include a little lantern in their boxes, especially this one. This is so cute. It has little punched stars all around it, and this would be so great not only with a candle in there, you know, flickering through those stars, but you can even use this as a little vase for some flowers. You can just put like a little mason jar in there with water in it and have your flowers all coming out of it that way. I just love this. You can even hang this, you know, on your deck. You can put it on your buffet table for a picnic. This you can just use in so many different ways. So inside I had put in one of their extra pieces, which is this little star garland. I mean, how cute would this be on one of your little tiered trays or across, you know, your buffet table? So many different ways to use this, and they've kept that little green color in here, so it makes sure that everything coordinates back to your little stars and stripes sign over here. I went ahead and I put you guys up on the tripod so that you can see better, because these are the pieces that I really think I'm going to get the most use of for the holiday. I really love this ceramic star-shaped dish. Now, it's not food safe, but you could use it to hold a candle, or you can lay, you know, like sparklers on top of there so people can grab them and run outside. But you can use this in your window, maybe on the back of your stove, just to add a little bit of that patriotic color for the holiday. I really love anything in one of these little primitive frames. I think that they are so cool. I use a lot of these. I reuse them. I make my own little inserts for them with my Cricut so I can get use out of them all year long. But I really like this little fireworks going off. I think this would be so cute on your table or in a tiered tray or even just on a side table. And I think some of my favorite pieces are these. Look at this little July 4th tag. How cute is this with the wooden beads on the side and the little tassel? And then they also have these awesome firecrackers. These were some of the extra pieces that they sent along to me. I have been getting DECOCRATED boxes almost since the beginning, and I have never been disappointed in a box. I have always used the pieces that they sent out, and like I said before, I really love that they think about what they send you. They make sure that everything coordinates together. It really does help you grow your decor and give you like a little wardrobe that you can pull out for all the holidays. DECOCRATED was nice enough to give me a very generous discount code for all of you, so please check the information box down below for the promo code and the link. So thank you all so much for watching today. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you would like to see some scrapbook page creation videos. Join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram, and please subscribe. I would love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!